My name is Donna Fields Brown, and I'm a 69-year young author.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Herstory TV and the Herstory podcast. This is Gertrude Mache here in beautiful Wellington, New Zealand, and I am graced with the presence of yet another fascinating lady coming to us all the way from the United States. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please tell everyone your full name, where you're based, how old you are, and share your story with us today.
Okay, well, thank you for inviting me to be a part of this show. And my name is Donna Fields Brown, and I'm a 69-year young author. And I have a story to share with you today about a very little known problem known as tinnitus. And tinnitus is any type of noise that you hear in your ears that won't stop. So as a musician, I used to play in a rock band back in the 70s, back in Chicago, where I was born. And of course, you listen to a lot of loud music, you play a lot of loud music. And that probably gave me the ringing that I now experience in my ears. So when I first heard this noise, I was basically sitting at a swimming pool with a friend, and I heard this weird, like, ringing, whistling noise in my ears. And I asked my friend, "Hey, do you hear that noise?" And she looked at me like I was from Mars.
Oh.
So like, okay, she didn't hear it. So it's me that's hearing this noise. And it's been with me ever since 96. And at first, when I realized this noise wasn't going away, I was incapacitated, totally incapacitated. As are millions of people. Now, just in America alone, there are at least 100 million people that have this problem. 10 million so severely affected that they can't work, they can't concentrate, they can't eat, they can't sleep. So that happened to me. I was just laying in a fetal position in bed. I couldn't even get out of bed. I didn't want to get out of bed. I didn't want to live. I felt hopeless. I was despairing. I laid down in the basement in my house back in Colorado, and I was just inert. I just didn't want to be a part of life. And I had to really reach down, deep down inside of me, and I decided at that moment I could either just fade away from life, or I could try to do something about this problem that very few people really even realize what tinnitus was, unless you definitely have the problem. Then you know. Yeah. Doctors were telling me there's nothing we can do for you. There's no cure. So I got very, very frustrated. I did my own research. I pulled myself up by my bootstraps, did my own research with the help of my husband online, and found a wonderful organization in Portland, Oregon called American Tinnitus Association. And I decided to step out of my comfort zone and do something for this organization to help them with their search for a cure for tinnitus. And at that point, I saw that people were doing bike rides, they were doing, walks, things like that.
Yes.
I called a staff member up and I talked with her and I said, "Hey, has anybody ever done any mountain climbs for this organization?" Dead silence on the other end of the phone. She goes, Are you a mountain climber?" And I said, no, not really, but I'm going to become a mountain climber. And I went to a mountaineering school in Colorado. I was a very outdoor person, but never did any technical climbing.
Yes.
Learned how to climb, did 3 technical climbs on Mount Rainier and Mount Hood, and raised close to $500,000 for continued research for the ATA, for the American Tinnitus Association.
Oh my gosh. You are not serious.
So at that time, that was the highest amount of money and that anybody had ever raised in a fundraising effort for the American Tinnitus Association. So I went from totally incapacitated to climbing mountains and raising awareness for this problem. So
what did that do for you as a person?
wow, I mean, it gave me courage. It gave me just all this positivity, that to know that I did those climbs. If you can do a climb in whiteout conditions, in hurricane force blizzard conditions, you could do anything in your life,
Yeah.
definitely. So it really introduced me to this resource of inner strength that I have, that I apply to every part of my life.
And your condition with the tetanitis, is that still there? How far have things gone with finding a cure?
Yes, it is. It's still there. It's relentless. It's with you 24/7.
Mm,
And doctors, I've stopped really seeing doctors. They basically offer certain treatment options, like wearing hearing aids that help some
mm,
people, um, different treatment options, listening to music, that type of thing. Still really no closer to finding a cure for this problem,
mm,
but at least it's a start. At least if I encourage one person to get out of the house
mm.
and to enjoy the outdoors, despite
Yes.
whatever their handicap is, that's success right there.
Yeah, because you really just have to find a way to distract yourself from the sound, right? And when
Yes.
you're in motion, when you're walking, I find that when I'm stressed out, if I walk to a point where I can hear my heartbeat in my ears, and then everything gets calm. So movement is medicine as well, right?
Definitely, especially being in the outdoors. That
Yes.
has always been my medicine, just being outside. And we're surrounded in this community by beautiful mountains. And if I could just encourage people to get outside and, like you said, just go out for a walk,
Mm,
go out, take a little hike, go for a
yes.
bike ride, be outside. That's the safest place to be right now.
That's
And the
so
most
true.
beautiful.
That is so true. And do you think that your medical background has helped you in some way in coping and dealing with this?
I I think so, as far as just trying to understand what this problem is,
Mm,
and trying to educate other people about this problem who have this problem, to let them know that there are indeed options. There's no cure, but
mm,
just to share what has helped me, like wearing hearing aids and white noise devices in my ears, has
mhm.
really helped me tremendously, just to put one foot in front of the other and coexist with this problem.
Yeah, yeah. And you're right. It is a matter of coexisting with the problem until a solution is found.
Yes.
Wow, what an inspiring story. Thank you so much for coming online today and sharing your story with us. And
Sure.
thank you to everybody who's tuned in. Where can people buy your book?
On Amazon, And this is the book that I wrote where I share this story. It's called Finding Medusa. It's kind of a story of me trying to find myself in my life, finding out my true purpose and my passion in life. So this book is on Amazon, definitely, and most major bookstores, Barnes and Noble.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming online and gracing us with your presence and sharing your story. I hope someone out there who has this condition has got a bit of light at the end of the tunnel today. And I think that's the power of storytelling, when we share what we've gone through, what we're going through, to help somebody else.
Yes, definitely. And thank you for inviting me to share this story with other people as well. Thank you.
It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you, everybody. I will be back again tomorrow with yet another fascinating story. Remember, our upcoming summit is on the 14th to the 23rd of May. Go onto the herstorycircle.com website, register to speak, come and share your story, come and attend the summit as well. And thank you again, Donna. Wonderful, wonderful to have met you.
Thank you. Likewise, nice to meet you as well. Thank you.
Bye-bye, everybody. See you tomorrow.